Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at something a little bit different. This is a remote SDR project and it's in an undisclosed location on a site that we've obtained rent-free for the time being. Somebody's been very kind to give us the use of this building. So basically out in the countryside, and the whole idea is that we've put together a little SDR that can be accessed remotely so that some of the local amateur radio stations can test out equipment. So very good use cases for this, really testing antennas, seeing how well your signal's getting out from a distant location and other things like that. Obviously an RF quiet location as well, not much interference up here. There are some houses towards the back of us, but they are far enough away not to cause any interference. So this is a project that started off good 6 months ago really. We were testing last year and due to various reasons we've only just got it off the ground. And we've got all the equipment together to do this, and it's basically based upon the much popular SDRPlay range of RSP receivers. Very good. Now at the time last year when I started work on this project with my colleague Paul, M0DPH, we had no idea that SDRPlay were going to announce a remote SDR receiver based on networking. So we didn't realize at the time they were going to launch their own kind of product, so we thought we'd build something that does all this. But I'm glad we did actually, because obviously the SDR remote radio is quite expensive. It's something like around $500, so this project hasn't cost half as much as that to put together. And the whole point about this one is it uses sustainable energy, so it's all solar panel based, and we've got LiFePO 4 batteries inside the box. So as you can see as we walk over here, this is where the solar panel is on the back of this wall. I'll try not to fall over all this stuff down here. Basically there's a metal waterproof cabinet, just climb up here. And as you can see there, we've got two LiFePO 4 batteries at the bottom of the casing. And inside here we've got a tablet PC, which is an old Dell tablet. I'll just show you this one. It's basically Core i5 8th generation, and it's running Ubuntu Linux. So as you can see there, it's just an old tablet I got from work quite some time ago. It's basically got a smashed screen, but we're not really bothered about the screen because we're running this thing entirely headless. So there's the little computer inside the box. We chose this one because basically it has very low energy consumption. In fact, I measured this using less than 1 watt all the time. The machine's on standby. If nobody's accessing the SDR, obviously it's running GUI-less Ubuntu, so it's not going to use much. The screen's not on, as you can see there. If we wake it up, you can just see the prompt there on the screen, but that's the only time the screen comes on for a few minutes, then disappears off because of the power saving options that we've chosen. So a little keyboard inside there. This is all inside a waterproof enclosure, remember. And there you go, that's the computer on the back of there. And up at the top you can see the SDRPlay receiver. It's the RSPDx. So we've got 3 antenna inputs on there. And this is a powerful enough setup to run the full 10 megahertz of bandwidth through the SDRPlay, which is pretty good really. And as you can see, there's a solar power controller for regulating the charge to the batteries. We can see it's fully charged now. At this time of year, it's still quite early days for sunshine in the UK. So, but you don't need full sunlight to actually make this thing charge up. It's a 120 watt panel. Look at the size of that panel really. We've got the 2 batteries there, so it can run for many days without full sunlight. Typically, we always have at least 80% battery charge. And as you can see up there, we've got 13.5 volts going in at the moment, so it's working pretty well. So, antenna-wise, we haven't quite sorted everything out yet. We're still ongoing with this project. Basically, at the moment, we've just got a tank whip in the top of the casing there. As you can see, look at that. So just standard tank whip for 10 meter band, but it does receive all bands at the moment surprisingly well. It even works for marine band. We were listening to that tanker disaster the other day on the marine frequencies, and it was coming in from down at Grimsby, Cleethorpes area. Bearing in mind we're up at East Yorkshire, so you're a good sort of 40 odd miles away from where that incident happened. On top of here we've got a 4G modem. It's not staying there. We're just taking out the case while we're doing some work. But basically the only issue we've got at the moment is the modem is sat inside the box and it's causing a bit of latency, so we're going to have a rethink on this or get some external antennas for the 4G LTE modem. So it's running a pay-as-you-go SIM card inside there. It's currently on the O2 network. we've been doing some testing and it's worked reasonably well, but we've had a little bit of latency issues. How it gets back to the SDR basically is we've got a VPN encrypted tunnel using 0 tier, which goes back to a server at my place, and basically we use a reverse proxy, so we've got it all set up properly with proper web URL and everything, so those who have access to it can get into the system and just listen without any additional equipment. All you need to do is install the SDR Connect client, and that's all that needs to happen. So yeah, fully VPN encrypted tunnel back, so it's all secured. We can remotely SSH into this server as well, so we can check the status of it, such as the speed test, the battery life and everything else. I mean, the tablet's got a battery inside it, but obviously that's just for backup purposes. These LifePo 4 batteries down here are the thing doing the job. As you can see, we've got 2 of them there wired together, so we've got 12.8 volts and 60 ampere hour battery pack, so it's a lot of capacity really. We are thinking of putting some more stuff up here maybe at some point, maybe obviously some camera systems for monitoring, and also possibly some kind of other repeater system at some point. We might expand the project, but this is just the starting point really at which we've got to. So at the moment Paul M0DPH is busy working on some antennas, and he's going to be running a long wire down past here. If I just sort of point out towards the back of here, there's a horse field at the back of this place behind this horse box and everything, and yeah, that's where it's going to be, just right down there. We've got a long wire basically going out there. We're going to get a balun onto it as well. And as for VHF UHF, I think we're possibly going to get a collinear. There's a disused telegraph pole over here, which is going to be ideal. We just need a bit of coax to run up to there. But yeah, so the whole idea of this really is to give local operators access to a sort of internet-based SDR. So even if you haven't got any antennas at home, you can still listen, tune around on the HF spectrum, and the VHF and UHF of course as well, once we get the other antennas sorted. So it's an ongoing project, and just something that's quite interesting that we've been planning since last year. And I said, little did we know that SDRPlay were going to launch their own, I can't remember what it's called, the NRSP I think it is, networked receiver box. But like I say, it's quite expensive. So Paul picked up one of these SDRPlay RSPDx's. How much did you pay for it, Paul? About 100, was it?
About 124 quid.
124 quid, I think it was, second hand off eBay or Facebook, I think it was. And we just used one of these in there, relatively inexpensive, great performing receiver, and you've got the free antennas that you can select as well. So what we'll do in the second part of the video, once we've got the other antennas tested, we'll have a tune around on this remote SDR and show you how it works, and hopefully you'll be quite impressed. But we've been testing for the past few weeks, and yeah, so far so good. Like I say, the only issue we've got to resolve is with this modem really being inside the metal casing. It's causing massive latency on the connection, so we're getting like the odd ping that's like 500 milliseconds, which is causing choppy audio. And what I've discovered is just putting it outside of the metal box up here has just resolved the issue. So I think we're going to have to either put the modem into a separate plastic enclosure, or work a way of actually getting the antennas out externally on the LTE side of things. But this modem's sealed, so it's going to mean stripping it down if we do that. So we don't really want to have to break it open or anything. But it does work well. Like I say, it does have good performance. Average speed sort of 20 up, 20 down on O2 at the moment, which is not the best, but it's okay, it's acceptable. The big antennas on top are not for the LTE, they're just for the Wi-Fi. So it certainly has good performance in here anyway. But yeah, so that's basically the first part of the project done. And so the next part's going to be putting some antennas in. But yeah, I hope you guys found that kind of interesting. I'd be obviously interested in getting any comments on what you think we could do, if there's anything else that you would add to the setup or anything to improve connectivity. But certainly it's working really well. So anyway, yeah, it was Paul's idea to start a remote SDR, and I just provided a little bit of the technology behind it. And so it's a sort of a joint project between radio amateurs in our area. So I thought it was pretty cool really. Anyway, that's the first part of the video. So we're back in the shack now, and we're taking a look at SDR Connect application on Mac OS. Well, it looks exactly the same on Windows and Linux as well, so it's a cross-platform device anyhow, so it's nice and easy to run. We're connected to remote site over the cellular data that we showed you back with the modem. So as you can see, the bands are quite open this afternoon. It's late afternoon on Monday the 17th of March, and we're just monitoring the 20 meter band. So I'll just unmute the sound on the SDR, and you can have a listen and see what you think of the audio quality. And I think it's really good though over the internet. It's, you wouldn't know you were using an internet-based radio. It's really cool. This is. Check this out. So there you go. Plenty of stations to pick from here, I think. We'll have a little bit of a tune around, see what we can find, and see what we can get. There we go.
Golf 0 Lima X3 India 59.
Yeah, the audio quality is really good.
Thank you, good luck. Lima Zulu 147 Golf Oscar.
I'll just check them on the right antenna. There we are, antenna C. So Paul M0DPH put up about 70 metres of wire into a 9-to-1 balun. So we've got a bit better antenna out now than just a tank whip. So we've got a bit more stuff coming on HF bands. You can customise most aspects of this, including the baseline on the scope. There you see, using these controls down here, so that's really good. But yeah, great audio. Got 3 kHz filter preset there. And I've just set a 1 kHz tuning step to make it a little bit more convenient, so you can click on stuff while you're snapping around on the grid. So I've just zoomed in a bit there so we can see the audio. You can see the upper sideband audio.
CQ, Lima Zulu 147 Golf Oscar, Lima Zulu 1.
Let's have a little tune around, see what else we can find. But yeah, the 20 meter band is pretty well open this afternoon. Seems quite a bit of activity there. There's some very strong peaks coming up. So
Delta Golf 2 Alpha Bravo Delta 5 and 9 here, beautiful signal in Germany. Name is Klaus, Kilo Lima Alpha.
Yeah, Germany coming in.
And the antenna is a 4 element tri-band Yaki. Weather conditions here, I think we are now
so
having
we can pick off the filters, we can close them down if we wanted to. 2.2 kHz. You can make your own custom filters as well, but I usually run around 2.83 kHz to get decent audio on SSB.
Now it's evening time here, so here we are, Simon. Yes, everything is okay on my side, no problem whatsoever. So back to
You wouldn't think you were using a receiver that could be basically anywhere else in the world. It's just literally going over cellular data back to our local LAN here, and yeah, it's really good over the internet. Really cool idea.
Fajnie, tutaj akurat nie propagacja nam dopisuje. Dobra, zobaczmy, czytam do...
So that's just a 20 meter band. Like I say, there's loads of stuff going on. I think that's going to be FT8 down there. Yeah. There you go. The distinctive sounds of FT8 coming through. Very strange audio, isn't it? But yeah, so we're kind of more interested in just listening to some obviously voice stations, really. But yeah, some really outstandingly strong signals there. I can change the antenna input as well. I can go to the tank whip. Actually, the tank whip does really well, considering it's just like I say, cut for 10 meters, but it still sounds very, very similar. Obviously, the signal strengths have gone down. You can see the bass line there has dropped, but signal strength's better on the wire, obviously. Tank whip's vertical, wire's horizontal. There's all sorts of stuff you can tweak in it, but we can see there, look, see the bandwidth it's using. It doesn't use much bandwidth at all over the internet, only 139 KB on average there. And round trip 54 milliseconds. You want to try and keep the latency as low as possible so you don't get any breakup in the audio. You know, when we first set it up, we were getting like breakup coming through because of the router being inside a metal box, but we've relocated the router and it's made a big difference. But yeah, there you go. So let's hop onto 10 meters. I've got some profiles defined over here, so I can jump around pretty quickly. Let's have a listen here. Let's just see if we get some station. I can see quite a few activities coming on. So I'm going to try and grab one next time they transmit. There you go.
QZ 10 meters band. Radio 2 Zulu Bravo Alpha.
There's a station calling him in there.
Mike X-ray 0 Victor. Victor. Quebec X-ray.
That tank whip's doing really well. Let's just change the baseline.
Whiskey 0, correct?
No, negative, you're
There you go.
Mike, X-ray 0, Victor, Queen, over.
I'd say the tank whip's actually doing better on the vertical. Would have been 10 meters, and it's cut for 10 meters.
Sorry, 1 second. Victor. Ёп. Сейчас, sorry. Не получается. Так,
Great audio anyway.
Mike X-ray 0, Victor X, Juliet X-ray, correct?
No, negative, you're Mike, X-ray 0, Victor, Queen, Japan, Victor, Quebec, Juliet, over.
There's a bit more room down here. Just move the...
Sorry. Ой. Да что ж это такое? Royal.
Thank you again, 7344.
So there's a number of ways you can actually control this SDR. You can use the keypad, obviously, if you're wanting to do direct frequency entry. Some preset bands as well. Or you can just move your mouse around like I'm doing here. Or just click on the waterfall and snap to the grid. I've just added in a 1 kHz tuning step, just to make it easy as possible, really. But as you can see, it's working really well.
I'm Radio November 3 Quebec Bravo Golf, Romeo November 3 Queen Bravo Germany, CQDX and listen.
The best thing about this is you can also record straight to your device as well there. So you can set a recorder up and tweak the AGC profiles. They're still adding more functionality to SDR Connect as well. It's not quite as feature rich as something like SDR Uno, but it still works pretty well.
November 3 Queen Bravo Germany, Radio November 3 Quebec Bravo Golf, CQDX and standing by.
But yeah, I think it's an absolutely fantastic platform that we can do all this and network it as well.
Romeo November 3 Queen Bravo Golf.
Kilo Romeo 4 Echo Lima. I think I'm missing one letter in your suffix. Could you repeat your entire call, over?
Yeah, certainly 10 meters is booming this afternoon. Really good. I can just keep picking them away from here on the scopes.
South Italy, calling the accent, standing by.
So you can run your mouse wheel over these digits and change them up and down on that way. That's another way you can do it. You can click at the top or the bottom of the number and it goes up or down. It increments or decrements.
Zulu Bravo Alpha. Okay, 73, good day, X, bye.
Post at the beachfront of Albufeira, about 230 kilometers south of Lisbon. Kilo Bravo.
There's noise reduction on this as well, but I don't see many options for adjusting it. Have a listen to this. It does reduce the noise, but it does make it sound a little bit weird at times, just depending. We'll see when this guy comes back in a second. But it more or less cuts all the noise. It's pretty good. But let's just see what happens next.
Yeah, thank you for 5 and 7. You were 5 and 5. 5 and 5 in southern Portugal, QSL.
I'd like to see a few more options on the noise reduction side of things. Certainly, you know, having used something like the Yaesu FT710, the noise reduction is really effective on there, that DNR filter.
I think it doesn't make sense to continue. There's a lot of QRM here,
But
unfortunately.
it works okay though. It's pretty good.
Here on this frequency. Anyway,
Turn it off.
for replying.
There you go.
Safe 73. Greetings here from southern Portugal. Kilo Bravo 4 Bravo Echo Lima CT7 AUZ goes QRT, buddy.
Yeah, really good. Anyway, that's the 10 meter band. What we can do is we'll nip down to, I don't know, where should we go next? We tried 11 meter band actually for the CBers. Might be better off on antenna B on this one as well, possibly. Yeah. The 11 meter band is always really noisy, full of stations obviously. Lots of strange noises as well. And find some really... Just jumped into 10 meters there. Some quite nice sounding stations on 11 meters sometimes. A lot of them are using hand gear obviously, you know, so they're using the same kind of gear that you would find on the amateur radio bands as well. Some of the more serious DX stations and everything. Got a little bit of noise on 11, but it's a noisy band anyway. Yeah, obviously a French station there. But yeah, really calling frequency. A lot of FM and AM stations, I'd imagine, as well, further down the band. Yeah, okay, let's have a nip to 17 meters, see if we can find anything on there. To be honest with you, I think I just knocked a station off there. Let's just get, there you go. Look at that. Bit of a pile-up going on there. Narrow the filters to 2.8. That's good. Yeah.
The band conditions are very poor and didn't get a good response from the band.
That's really end stopping, that one is. Up in the 20 plus 20 dB.
10 is 5-element monoband Yagi, so if there are good conditions, I definitely need to get some good response, but conditions are poor and band simply doesn't.
You can change these waterfall colours as well, these are really good. You can change all different colours and everything, depending on your preferences.
Japan 6, Zulu Japan 73, thank you.
Don't know what you prefer really. I quite like the reds, to be honest. But yeah, so this is 17 meters.
Appreciate it. See you later and thank you.
I've zoomed in at 50%.
Golf 4 Uniform Fox Sierra, nice to meet you there to England, and give you a 5x9, 5-9, and I'm Giannis. Juliet Alpha, November, Echo, Zulu, go ahead.
Yeah, the waterfall palette on WinRAD's pretty decent as well, with the greens in there as well, like luminous greens and everything. All these toolbars are floatable as well. You can adjust the height of them and everything, depending on what you're wanting out of the system. You can also get rid of all these panels from here if you want a bit more room on the screen as well, so that's really good. But yeah, I think SDR Connect's come on leaps and bounds. Certainly there's a lot of work to do still, adding some functionality to it. There are other SDR products you could use as well, but we're using this as a ready-made solution because it has the networking built in. And like I say, we tunnel it back over a VPN from the remote site, so this radio could be operated from anywhere in the world really, and that's the best thing about it. But yeah. With a pile up on 17 meters there, they're going crazy. Sounds like CB radio. All this Ola business.
Radio, no problem.
That's that guy again.
Open and good toward the Western Europe more or less, but I didn't get good response from the US. Not enough, and just work a couple of Americans. Okay, nice to
Get some really nice audio out of this. Anyway, like I say, at around 3 kilohertz, you can get some nice sounding stations.
73, good luck, good EX.
Okay, let's drop to 15 meters if we can. Let's try that. See if anything's. There's a few stations around up here as well.
Charlie Tango 7 Bravo November Lima.
Didn't need to touch a thing, it just found them.
Okay, Harry, you're 59 plus as well. The name is David, okay?
Hab dann auch mit einer C-Lizenz begonnen, ne? Mit Delta Golf und hatte da gestockte Yagis und auch Endstufe und so weiter.
You can't beat it. You've got full HF listening at your fingertips from anywhere in the world with this remote station. I think that's really good. You can certainly turn things on its head. If you can't have antennas up at home, you can control a radio like this from another location. It's amazing. For anybody who lives in like housing where you can't put antennas up, you can still theoretically run a station. So, you know, it's ideal for shortwave listeners and people like that. But, I mean, end of the day, this can be used to receive spectrum all the way through to 2 gigahertz. So we're only touching the HF bands here. Obviously, I've got VHF Air and Marine in there as well, but we haven't got any decent antennas up yet. Although I've tested it, it does work. I need to do a bit more work on that yet. We've got some co-linear to install and some other stuff to go in the site. This is early days for us, you know, so we're still working through this and still tweaking things to make it work well. I will show you Volmet coming in as well, Shannon Volmet, which is obviously the aeronautical services.
0 kilometers or more. Cloud scattered.
There you go.
3,000.
You've got memories that you can set into this as well.
Dew point.
That's coming in really nice.
QNH 1030. Glasgow, Metroport. Glasgow at 1650 Zulu. Automated observation.
Coming in really nice.
0 degrees, 11 knots.
These are the military Volmet. Let's try that one. These is automated weather services and such like for HF aircraft. As you can see though, all works good. Let's switch between the two antennas. You can tell the difference there. Once you come off the back to the tank whip, you can see the still readable, but the signal's a lot lower. Much better on the wire. That's why you got to mess around really and just try the different antennas, see which one's going to be best for you really. Obviously, as you go lower in frequency, the wire's going to be better generally. But Shannon Volmet's coming in really, really strong.
Repeating, Prestwick, Metroport, Prestwick.
Okay, let's try 80 meters. I don't know if the 80 meter band's actually open at the moment. We can give it a try. Let's see. It's a bit hit and miss, this one is. You can see there's a bit more noise down here, but not too bad. Let's just check. Antenna port C, yeah, we're still on there.
7-inch OLED display.
We tend to get the UK stations coming in here, doing a bit of rag chewing.
50-watt PA as well. Anyway, I'm just going to nip off. I think my wife's just come in.
This station seems to have pretty good audio, even though it's a relatively low signal.
She's just come in, so I'm sorry I'm going to have to keep it short, but I'm going to have to see what the situation is, and I'll probably be back in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or something, Steve. From G8 NOS.
So let's confined. Turn that down, that's fine. I say 80 meters isn't as open as the other frequencies at the moment though, but as night comes it'll get stronger, I reckon. Let's just certainly pick a few out from there maybe. But yeah, definitely the higher bands are much more open right now. Still sounds good though. I think your best bands at the moment are maybe 17, 15 and 20. And 10 meters of course as well, but 20 meters was absolutely booming earlier on. It still is now by the looks of things.
Delta X-ray Papa.
Delta X-ray Papa, Florida 4, Delta X-ray Papa 59.
Thank you, my
So there you go anyway. That's a quick look at the SDR project that we're at so far. As you can see, it's perfectly usable over 4G. And it's a nice little site we've got up there at the moment, you know. And we're just going to improve the antenna systems and get things working a bit better. But it just gives you a bit of an overview of what you could do with a receiver like this. And yeah, like I said, I'd like to thank Paul M0DPH for putting in the time and effort to acquire the site and basically sorting out the antenna systems and other stuff. Like I say, it's been a bit of a joint project between a lot of us. We've all thrown something into the project, you know, contributed financially, or we've donated equipment and everything. And even my son's been involved in sorting out the Linux box and the networking back to here using VPN tunneling. So, you know, it's been a bit of a joint project, and it's one thing we're going to keep on expanding on, and who knows what we'll end up with in the future. It'd be nice to have a remote station we can operate and transmit on eventually, you know, but this is just one little project that we've had in the pipeline for quite some time, and we've wanted to, you know, try it as a proof of concept thing. And it was just strange that in the meantime, SDRPlay released the NRSP DX box, which is basically the one with the networking and the computer built inside, where you can just plug it into a LAN or a Wi-Fi connection and do something similar to this. But this is a little bit more flexible, obviously. You know, we've got more options available to us with it being Linux based, and we can add extra features. We could use different SDR software theoretically as well. We'll try and keep you updated on the progress as we make changes to things, and if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like on it and consider subscribing to the channel, because we might put some more videos up like this if it proves popular. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed it. Best 7.3s from G7UFS, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.